We're at a stage on the farm where a lot of the initial planting is done and a lot of the big harvest and shipping starts next week. So here we're cultivating potatoes. This is a time where we're trying to keep up well with the weeds, because if we can cultivate them early, then we'll have a lot less problems later on. Here's old Johnny with our Edge of Plastic weeder. We have that dialed in a little better this year. Cultivating has a lot of challenges, but it's very rewarding when it's done right. The trick with an Edge of Plastic weeder is getting all the weeds right up to the edge of the plastic without catching and ripping the plastic or hurting the plants. I think this is our third year with this piece of equipment, and I finally feel like we're getting it close to optimum. And while we did do a little bit of alfalfa earlier, this is our first main cutting of hay. And I didn't get to the field fast enough with the camera. Brian was already done mowing, but here Wyatt is fluffing that hay up and turning it over so that it can dry more uniformly. It's a difficult decision. Do I dry this down all the way for hay, or do I just bring it down to 50% moisture and wrap it in the white silage wrap? So I'm trying to look at it and make a decision. There's clover in here, and I really want to save the clover stems and the clover leaves. But if I dry it all the way to hay, those leaves tend to get very brittle and come off. On the other hand, if I wrap it, it's more use of plastic, but I can store it outside and don't need barn space. So it's just one of those decisions we have to make. Long term, I'd like to explore bunker silos and see if we can put one up where we can do silage without all that plastic. And last night I jumped on the old 140 cultivating tractor and ran through the carrots again and some beets. It's pretty precise here. The steering's a little bit loose on it, but I've got about an inch either side that I can go before I'm actually hitting the carrots. But I find this weeder has been probably one of the biggest game changers that we've had on the farm. It's called a basket weeder. Some days I wish the action was a little more intense, but on the other hand, it's soft enough that I can do very small plants and still get the weeds in between the rows. We use this winter rye as part of our crop rotation. It does very good at outcompeting certain weeds. We get the grain from it, we get the straw from it, and it gives the land a bit of a break in between vegetables. But this is impressive. It's right up to my armpits. And my bird of the day is a catbird. Can you guess why it's called a catbird? It's a mimicking bird. So similar to a mockingbird or other types in that family, it makes a lot of different sounds. But this particular one, it seems to make when it's a bit concerned or alarmed about what's going on. If you look really closely, he's got orange under the end of his tail. I was walking the trail the other day, and I came across this family of them, and they seemed very concerned that I was there in the trail. But we do also have a pair of them nesting in the lilac bush out front of our house.